The good news for anybody looking to study cybersecurity, DevOps, and cloud computing is that you have what? You have AI. Okay, that is what that is heavily integrated in these studies. This is why companies like HP, Google, AW are what are all subscribing their tech engineers with what either ChatGPT, Copilot, or other ChatGPTs, right? To enhance their efficiency. That's why even in VS Code, we now have what? We now have Copilot. So if you wanted, let's say you had a task to write a playbook, just what? Just in fact, you must what? You must first of all know what is a playbook. Okay? You must know what is a playbook. What are the components of a playbook? So because if you don't know these things, right? Even if AI gives you the response and you don't, it's like for example, somebody who wants to eat the most delicious food in Nigeria, and then you ask AI, right? If you have not if you haven't had the experience, you can easily accept. But if you are a Nigerian or what, maybe somebody who have been to Nigerian parties, let's say you've been to like 10 Nigerian parties, and what you keep seeing what one meal repeating. Of course, what you can conclude. So now if the agent is giving you a different answer, you say what no, right? If this was the answer, right, then I shouldn't have been seeing this particular meal in all of these parties, right? So this is why you see so many of these companies what you know investing in AI for what for their team to have this because it only makes me efficient. So let's say because in tech, right, every ticket is a learning opportunity. Okay, sometimes you have to what you want to go out because tech is very, very dynamic, right? Everything is changing. So like tech is like a network. Now, so just imagine, right? Let me put a very simple example. How many of you get notifications every month to restart your laptop for update, right? Now, if you don't do that, what happens? Eventually, you're what? Something's going to go wrong with your computer, right? And of course, what? It becomes a vulnerability. So every month you have to what? You have to do that. So sometimes, right? Yeah, what? Your application may stop working or may not be working well. Why? Because a dependency needs an update. So to you must go out there and research. You must go to tech blogs. You must go to the vendors' website and and all of that, right? To know what is happening. Otherwise, you just stay there. Yeah, it's called patches. Exactly. Right. So every application, if you speak with the developer, they use libraries. And of course, what those libraries get updated almost every month. Right? So it was what this is what it was what it was also what so as this as a particular library releases a new version, you must what you must also go now to your source code and what and also what update those dependencies. Otherwise, your application is going to fail subsequently. So you see how dynamic the working environment is, and why you must stay up to date, and why most of the most common questions in interview, okay, is how do you stay up to date, right? How do you keep learning? Very, very important. And this is why in tech, right, employers don't go after certifications because things change almost every month. Every 3 months, something is changing. If you look at the service on the cloud, like AWS, right? You understand what I'm talking. I mean, like Kubernetes, okay? You would understand what I'm talking about, right? Kubernetes, for example, they do release a new version like, every 6 months. Okay, so every 6 months, what happens? A new one, a new version of Kubernetes is released. So if you were the Kubernetes admin for a company, and now you are using what? a version that is about to be dumped, you must what? You need to update, and that becomes a serious headache because the entire company's what infrastructure and application is running on Kubernetes. So how do you go about that update without affecting your end users? So just imagine that maybe you're working for a bank like the UBA bank, right? And now, of course, what you need to update this particular version. That means that you cannot avoid a downtime. In other words, you see, like most banks, they schedule what? They schedule updates on what? On Sundays. Okay. 11 p.m. Sorry to what? To 4 p.m. Sunday. That is a window where they can take the highest. So even if the update is what? It's just a 1 hour update. They take that window. 11 p.m. Okay. Sorry to what? To 4 a.m. Sunday. That's always the window, if you notice very well. So what? Even if the obvious one is just going to last 30 minutes, they give you that window. Why is that? Because anything can go wrong. Okay. Anything can go wrong. So we say, okay, yeah, it was just an update. Maybe okay, let's update from versions 1.6 to version 1.7. But what happens if after the update our front end is not loading as expected or as it used to load? Therefore, we have what? Now we have more than 10 hours to resolve the issue. We should be okay. No issues on the business and nothing like that. So this is what these programs are all about. You're going to be learning new skills, right? How do we scale our application? How do we deploy configurations? How do we, containerize our application? How do you build pipelines? How do you secure your pipelines? How do you collaborate with testers, developers, and QA and all? So this is what you're going to be learning. Okay, this is why this is the right time for you, right? Getting into next, you want to what? You want to get this preparation. You want to already focus. Hey, by at least by what? By July, I want to have a couple of job titles that I am going to be looking out for, right? Maybe want to start applying as infrastructure engineer, as a cloud architect, cloud DevOps engineer, as an infrastructure engineer, as a configuration engineer, as a build analyst engineer. There are a lot of titles that you're going to find yourself comfortably talking about and being able to defend them in any interview. So this is the summary of the program, and I can tell you one thing. This has not failed me, and it cannot fail you. It cannot fail you because, first of all, it's a skill. It's a job that is in high demand. It wasn't being high demand. It's in high demand, right? It's in high demand. And for those of us in North America, we are in the right market. Okay, we are in the right market. And that's what I'm going to tell you, right? So let me now give you a presentation that I prepared. Okay, just to what? So I'm just going to rush through it because I've already done most of the stuff. Okay, in terms of what is it that we are doing. But let's see if I have any questions so far. Anybody have a question?